What's up, homies? It's not everyone here yet. So I'll still give it a moment. Well, so this is actually the part where Mox just gets 100 kilos of ballast. We should be 12. Okay, yeah, that's everyone then. Let me just join the server real quick. I mean, the briefing is relatively short this time, considering we don't have any rookies here, to my knowledge. Um... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's one missing. Yeah, King, what I'm saying is I don't need to explain any procedure again because you probably know how the race works. But yeah, we're missing one person. Might be Shek or Jeff, yeah. Well, anyway, it's the same old of suffer for your own mishaps of not listening to me. Oh, he's here. Okay, that's great. Who else are we missing? We're missing someone. I don't know who, but it's not my problem. Anyway, welcome to round 6 and the second to last fucking oval. We're back to old procedures. You only get one tire. Oh yeah, Jens is missing. Well, Max is gonna explain this stuff to him probably. Are the results of the race important final? I would say yes. Yeah, okay. Jens checked out last minute. Okay, great. Regardless. For the people who are actually driving during me doing this, suffer for your own consequence, for your own actions. Anyway, only primaries are, existing. Once again, so you don't have to worry about tire routes. We have 120 laps, which are scaled down to make the laps look fancy enough. Because otherwise it would have been, I think, 127 or something. But Splat told me to make the lap count look fancy. Chat, of course, is always on for me to tell you how the pit lane works. Quali, because we have one rookie here. Quali is a 1x1 shootout. So I will either we'll do it in here with everyone being in here, or I'll call out the driver numbers in chat. I was going to that. Well, you get out once your number is called. Drive 2 consecutive laps, even if you hit the wall, just finish both laps. For the average. Then you can reset back to pit, and then of course the lap count. No, not the lap count. Your qualifying position. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Yeah. 1 out lap, 2 fast laps, 1 in lap. Yeah. I think the build up lap is called out lap for him. Yeah. So yeah, once your laps are done, or one set both laps, the next one will go out, and so forth. You know the gist behind it. Now the question is, are we gonna do this like the last ovals with everyone in the VC, or are we gonna make this more commentator streamer friendly, and I call out the driver numbers in the chat? That's more rather a question for Splat how he wants it. Whatever you want. I would try option 2, because then I also know everyone has the chat open. Which I'm sometimes not too sure people have. So yeah, let's do it that way. And yeah. So Gino doesn't have to have me talk over him the whole time. So yeah, if no one has any questions, do you want your like date of birth as well, Myro? Or do you like? You know I have to type that out manually, right? Oh yeah, Habiba, I would take your bank details. But yeah, if no one has any more questions, we can go ahead. If Splat makes the server jump, that is, because I don't have that thing open yet. I should actually have that open. I should open this. Alrighty. With that, I wish you guys good luck, and yeah. Good luck. See you after the race. Keep it clean. Of course, no full course yellow this race, so only cautions. You know the drill.
Hello.
It is I, the unstoppable Exodia.
It is time for... Hang on a moment. Let's get it up and running. There we go. For qualifying, it should be... I believe it's David Apanga first, if I'm right. Let me double check. Yep, David Apanga. Well, let's see if he actually realises what's going on. He's not moving. That is not a good sign. Oh, there we go.
Oh, no, he's... Okay.
Okay, well, he's just broken his wrists about 8 times. But anyway, so, 1x1 quali in ovals. David Apanga will be the first man up. Let's see what sort of times he can produce. I think it's about a 22-23 second lap. Is that right?
Yeah, it's about that.
Okay, so we'll see what David can do. 2 laps he will have before conceding to the next person. We actually have a semi-decent off-board camera as well.
Not for the pit lane, but...
Not for the pit lane. Not for the pit lane yet, but on track it looks decent. Yeah. So this will be good, especially during quali when there's only one car to focus on. Like right now, David Apanga coming around to complete his first lap. Remember, it is an average of the 2 times, but the timing tower in the top left will not display it exactly. It will be there or thereabouts. 22.7 for David Apanga on his first lap. Probably, if I had to guess, I'd probably be a bit around middle of the road, I'd say. Could see some faster times than that. Let's see if he improves on his second lap. He does. 22.6, so average out about high 22.6, low 22.7s. So we'll switch over to Myro Cat now, whilst Apanga is on his out lap, or in lap, sorry.
We just had one good road course race, and now we're back to this shit.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've tasted what IndyCar can really produce around Portland, and now we're back to classic American experience. This is yeah, it is what it is.
To be fair, this is still technically a DRC debut because this is the first time we actually have the full oval spec.
The rest are usually short ovals, aren't they?
Yep. We don't have rear rings this time. We only have like ironing boards back
then. It's kind of impossible to see them on the off-board camera. They are that small, but they are there. Myro Cat with a 22.8 on his first appearance. Comes around the final corner now to cross the line for his second lap. Will he improve? 22.6 on his second lap. He is slightly behind David Apanga at the moment, on average as well. Mr. Ben Neal, next up. If he is alive, he is currently not alive.
Myro, you... Didn't Myro drive a third lap?
He stopped on track. I think I was a bit confusing because I thought the lobby crashed, but no, he stopped on track, so he's in the pit lane now.
No, he drove 3.
Ben Neal with the... Is that Verizon? I can see it is Verizon on the side. Arrow McLaren. Comes to start his first lap, the Brit. Still not had a podium yet in DRC IndyCar, has Ben Neal. Won a few championships here, but not looking great for his IndyCar career so far. He's on a total of 74 points at the moment. 22.8 is his first lap. That currently puts him last of the 3 qualifiers. So let's see if he does improve on his second attempt round. 11.6 is the first half to beat. He gets there or thereabouts. It's not an improvement, but we'll see what he does on his second lap. 22.8. Again, okay. So that's third for Ben Neal so far, behind Myro Cat and David Apanga. And it's now time for Benjamin Klaus.
Ben Neal also drove a third one.
He improved on that time as well, so that will need to be erased. He went up to a 22.7 on that last lap. He's pitting now though. So Klaus will start his first of the 2 laps. Looking good through turn 1. And then turn 2, again close to the line on entry and exit. And ride it high on the straight before dipping down through 3 and 4. Back to going high across the line. 22.7 for his first lap. Will he get any sort of improvement? Oh, it's very close so far in this part of the lap towards his first time, so he's not improving yet, but he could pop in a better time, and he does. Only 1,000th off of David Apanga in pure lap time, but that's not to say that the average will be better than Mr. Apanga. as he does come into the pits now. Sven de Haas will be the next car out. One podium so far for the Dutchman in the Octane racing car. Very nice livery. Have driven this car myself. If I may say so myself, it's one of the best liveries on the grid. Totally unbiased in saying that.
I'm still looking forward to your Laguna Seca hot lap.
Yeah, no, I'm alright.
Nah, don't do me like that.
So in the first sector, through turns 3 and turn 4 we go with Sven de Haas now. Comes to finish his first lap, 22.8, right there with pretty much everyone at the moment. A few tenths off the leading pace at the moment though. If he does want to improve his average, he's going to need to get faster time than that. And he does improve on his second time. Yeah,
Did he drive the same lap as
he
Klaus?
did. Same second lap as Klaus. And 1/1000th off the best time set by David Apanga.
Yeah, but Klaus has the better average.
He does. So that's going to mean Sven de Haas is currently, what, P3?
Yep.
So the leaderboard's still correct for now. We now have Dragoshen out on track. Reminder that this is in reverse championship order. Dragon currently P8 in the championship behind Ash Hamilton and early championship contender Sven Hilger, who hasn't made an appearance in a few races now. So Dragon will start.
Sven's injured, sadly.
Yes, he got injured just after the. Oh, what round was it? It was Long Beach, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, Sven Hilger's not been able to attend for a few races. So Dragoshen's going to want to make sure he can try and improve and get ahead of Sven Hilger in the positions. 22.9 for his first lap. Only an 11-point gap between Sven Hilger and Dragoshen at the moment. Which, considering Sven's early part of the season, which it probably would have been a bit crazy to say that at this point, but that's what happens when you're injured. And Dragon does improve on his second lap, 22.7. So we now have Ash Hamilton to take the qualifying format. David Apanga, first man out, still on provisional pole for the time being. We do have quite a lot of fast drivers yet to go though. Ash Hamilton is one of them. He did have a race win, but that was stripped away in the stewards. I think it was in Iowa.
It was Iowa, yeah. A surprise win, though.
It was a surprise win. If I remember correctly, he was towards the back of the grid, and then due to the amount of incidents and everything, he just kept going up and up and up. Unfortunately, that one of those incidents was deemed to be his fault, which is why he doesn't have any race victories on record. So he's going to want to change that in the third and final oval of the season. 22.7 is his first lap. That currently puts him in a provisional P6, just ahead of Ben Neal in P7.
It's a decent first lap though, considering everyone else was at like 22.8.
Yeah, so it's a good start for Ash Hamilton. And finishes second lap, 22.6. Goes ahead of Sven de Haas. Oh wow! Oh wow! 3 identical times set in qualifying.
Harris 1998 says hello. Holy. Oh,
Wow. I mean, what a qualifying so far. I think Ash Hamilton should have the better average though, so that does mean that he's going to be ahead of Sven de Haas at least.
So the tower should be right.
Yeah, it should be. The positions are right anyway. The times aren't exactly. They're just the fastest lap rather than the average.
I will be back in just a second.
Okay. And Boris Shekhejev, teammate of Ash Hamilton, who has just set the third 22.639, I believe it was. So will he join his teammate in the top 4 and make it a top 5? Coming round turn 4 now. Heads to the line. 22.8 for his first lap. Currently the slowest, but that is only his first of 2 laps. And we are seeing a lot of drivers post a 22.8 for their first attempt round. So, will it be an improvement for Boris Shekhejev? 22.638 is the time to beat. He comes across the line. 23.2. Wow. So no improvements for Boris Shekhejev. Currently last on the grid. 4 drivers left to go. I believe the next one should be Dinesh Ferreira. Now Dinesh Ferreira is one of only 3 people to get at least a P2. Or sorry, at least one of 4 people to get at least a P2. Ovals haven't really been his thing though. We have seen him in quite a few incidents that probably weren't his fault, but nonetheless he's probably not going to be a big fan of ovals after this season. Comes to start his first lap. And then it goes across the line for a 22.7. Good first time. Already puts him ahead of 2 drivers, Shekhejev and Ben Neal. So far so good for Dinesh Ferreira. We always see drivers improve on their second attempt round, apart from Shekhejev. So we'll see if he can post that 22.639. 6.56 for Dinesh Ferreira on his second attempt. So it's going to improve his average by a good amount. 18 thousandths is the gap to the man on pole position at the moment. As we receive news that Striker Boy and Myro Cat did actually start a third lap and completed a third lap, so they will be starting from the back row. And yeah, it should be Habibovic's turn. So yeah, Ben Neal and Myro Cat will be dropped down places. Habibovic is the man out on track, so Shekhejev and Dragishen should gain from that. As Badam Habibovic starts his first lap, he's going to want to get himself there or thereabouts with Dinesh Ferreira. They are 2 points apart in the fight for P3. Habibovic the leading man of the two at the moment though. Sets his first time, 22.739. Pretty close to what Ferreira did on his first lap. If he improves his lap time by exactly a tenth, then...
Oh, he's green.
Ah, yeah, 8 thousandths so far improvement for Habibovic. Comes round the final corner. 22.615. That takes him onto a provisional pole for the time being. Just ahead of David Apanga. So Habibovic, the man to beat now. Only 2 cars left to go out. Tim Course is the next one. P2 in the championship standings at the moment. One of only 3 drivers to get a race win. 48 points between him and the championship leader at the moment. So he's going to want to make sure that Max Simmons, or he reduces the gap to Max Simmons as much as possible in this round here at Texas to try and delay the championship's conclusion. As he comes round the final corner now. What sort of time will Tim Course set? 22.8 for his first lap round. And if we follow the line of progression, we should see a tenth or 2 improvement from Tim Course. As he finishes his second lap, 22.698. That puts him up to P7 at the moment. Now, the only man left to qualify, Max Simmons, the reigning championship leader at the moment. So we'll wait to see him come out.
There we go.
There we go. Max Simmons starts his out lap. He's going to want a good qualifying position here. We do know that qualifying really doesn't mean anything around ovals, so I don't think he's going to be too fussed where he finishes. So let's see if he can trouble the top 3, top 4. Starts his first lap, Max Simmons. So we ride on board with him through turn 2 and up towards turn 3. Comes towards the line. 22.884 for his first lap. That's not going to be good enough. He's going to need some sort of insane improvement here to try and grab that pole away.
Ah, he's off though. He's nearly
nearly a tenth down in the first half. So that's not going to be great for Simmons. Comes across the line now to finish his second lap. 22.7. It is an improvement, but Max Simmons, the championship leader, will be starting from P11 on the grid.
He's starting from P9.
P9, because of the 2 drivers that will move back. Ben Neal and Myro Cat are those. So in his only his second race, David Apanga will start P2. Habibovic is the man to take pole position though. In a very close fought battle. 3 drivers setting identical times. Apanga only 1 millisecond ahead of them.
I didn't have the race control window open. Well, I'll just take a moment. There we go.
And so, the grid then. Habibovic will start on pole, followed by David Apanga. We'll then have... Oh, hang on. This is not correct. This is very off. There we go.
Oh, David is only 5th. Oh. Did he have that bad of an
first lap?
average? Yeah.
Wow.
Horrible.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, I'll go over that again, considering we got it vastly wrong. Habibovic is still on pole, followed by Benjamin Klaus in P2. Ash Hamilton is in P3, followed by Dinesh Ferreira, the man in P4 in the championship, on P4 in the grid. Apanga still only in P5. That's still pretty good for him. Sven de Haas in P6. Myro Cat, don't believe he should be P7, but he is. Tim Course, P8, will move up to P7 on the formation lap, I believe. Ben Neal, again, should drop down. Dragashen should take that position from him. Then Max Simmons will move up ahead of Myro Cat and Ben Neal. And then Boris Shekajev will follow through. And then Myro Cat and Ben Neal will take 11th and 12th. As we get ready for the rolling start. As we get the traditional steering wheel is not centered message, even though my wheel is not plugged in. So that is not me. 120 laps here in Texas. 121 including the formation. As we wait for the race director to take the race lead. Habibovic will follow. Then Benjamin Klaus. So the leaderboard will begin to shuffle. Don't worry about that. That will sort itself out. Oh, Habibovic is in the wall on the formation lap.
Oh, that's frustrating.
He might have taken damage from that, but we'll have to see. So Benjamin Klaus is now...
That's the wrong order, isn't it?
That is very much the wrong order.
Can you type in we're restarting real quick? Because that's, or they finished the order. Either they fixed the order or we have to restart. The order's wrong, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Okay, do you want me to just say restart?
Wait. Give me a second.
Okay, so dramatic start here in Texas. It's not the one that we would have wanted. Habibovic crashing out on the formation lap through turn 1, which means that this order that we do have is wrong. So we'll see what happens. We do have a red flag. And now green. Oh, and drivers are already out. I'm not entirely sure what is happening, but Dinesh Ferreira is behind Benjamin Klaus, who was taking the race lead. And can we get any update as to what has happened? Race director, what is going on? We need to know. Dinesh Ferreira and Benjamin Klaus fighting for the race lead. Habibovic is already back up to P4, fighting with Ash Hamilton just behind the leading pair. Sven de Haas is in P5. As we come through turn 2 and then turn 3, top 4 all fighting for the race lead here. Dinesh Ferreira will take the lead of the race. Habibovic back up to P2 already. And Ash Hamilton and Benjamin Klaus now fighting for P3. Habibovic is on the back of Ferreira. And we have a safety car. I think it was caused by Myro Cat, who has spun. So, Mr. Race Director, what is going on?
Okay, so the order, from what I heard, is correct, so we'll just have to stick with...
We'll stick with what we've got. So a few cars did come to blows on the opening lap, which means that we do already have Myro Cat and David Apanga with a few laps down. They will all bunch up though behind the safety car. Habibovic and Ash Hamilton are pretty much neck and neck. as they then sort themselves out. So after that shortish start, Ferreira is in the race lead, followed by Habibovic, then Ash Hamilton, Benjamin Klaus. Sven de Haas is in P5, pit lane is now open, and Ash Hamilton does come in. Shekachev moves up to P5, then Dragon, followed by Max Simmons, then Benjamin Neal, and then Ash Hamilton, Tim Course, and David Apanga in the pits. So Maricat, who is a lap down, actually won't take those positions.
Also, real quick clarification: why the pit lane open like this? It's so that people can do their penalties without getting new ones.
We did see, I think it was Maricat and David Apanga who got penalties. There may have been more. Maricat's taken his drive-through. Ben Neal comes into the pits now. Personal best lap set by the race director, 51 seconds.
Can't believe it. I'm so faint.
We'll wait for the last two drivers to bunch up before we get going again. Maricat is up to speed now, just Ben Neal. And David Apanga as well, who is also in the pits.
To be fair, Habibovic's formation lap kind of perfectly shown how their season went so far.
Yeah. Short summary of it. So Ben Neal will catch up to the back of the pack. David Apanga has served his penalty, so he won't lose another lap. He'll get out ahead of the safety car. Should join up at the back of the pack. Safety car will come in this lap as Apanga is in the box again, so he'll miss out on this race start, led by Danish Ferreira. As we round the final corner now, ready for lap 9 of 120. As he's already gone, has Ferreira. Habibovic is sort of stick with him. They come round turn 1. Good lead for Ferreira at the moment. And they've sort of dropped Benjamin Klaus by a good 6/10 at the moment. So far so good for the leading pair, but they're getting very close together. Habibovic is trying to look towards the inside. Nothing going to happen there. He goes high, trying to make a move on Ferreira. They cross the line almost equal. But Habibovic sticking with Ferreira. They're very close, very clean at the moment. Oh, he goes high, does Habibovic. Is that going to work out? Are they going to try and switch positions here? No. Ferreira's having none of it. He maintains the race lead for the time being. They come round again. Again, very close as they cross the line. But Ferreira's not giving this one up. He knows that he's going to have to stick with Habibovic for as long as possible. And so far so good from those two. No crashes between them.
The fact that the leading pair is currently scraping for P8
is something, yeah. I mean, that just shows that qualifying doesn't always go your way. And Habibovic, he's on the outside, but he's looking like he's going to try again on Ferreira. But no, nothing coming as of yet. And there is a car stuck on the inside. Habibovic and Ferreira almost touching, but they'll get away with that. I think Maricat might have beached it. And we do have another safety car. So this battle will come to an end shortly. Oh, Ferreira taking a lot of grass there, but that'll be fine. as Myro Cat was sort of planted there.
Did Dragon just get 2 penalties?
I think I was about to say that. I think he got 1 for speeding just on through the safety car, and then 1 for speeding in the pit lane. So the pack will bunch up. Leading 3 as they were. Simmons now directly behind Tim Course, his championship rival, if you could call him that. And no retirements yet, only 2 cars who have lost any sort of laps. Dragon might lose a few here though if he does come into pit for his penalties.
Can you respond to Dragon in the chat real quick saying that spinning into the pit lane is his own issue? I can't do anything against it.
I think he'll just have to take those penalties, yeah. Pit lane is open. And so we will bunch up. He's got another penalty for speeding. As we make that 3 penalties now. 3 stop and go 10 seconds for speeding. For Dragon. So that's going to put him a while back. Myro Cat's in the pit as well. David Apanga's going to come in as well. Any ideas on what sort of strategies we're looking at today?
This is probably the first time where I actually have no idea.
I mean, we're on lap 16, lap 15, lap 16 now. And we've not seen anyone box yet, so they could potentially go quite long.
It's not as chaotic though, yeah.
Thankfully not. I mean, we have had 2 safety cars in 15 laps, so...
Yeah, but both safety cars were 1 car parked. And then Myro deciding to do the U-turn on the circuit.
Just waiting for Dragon and David Apanga to come round now. So David Apanga will join up at the back of the grid. There we go. He's with us now. Dragon has taken his 2nd penalty. He'll go around again and try and serve that 3rd one. Comes into the pit lane again. Make sure he doesn't speed again. Nice and neat through there. So Dragon should join the back of the grid now. Which means we should go racing. Yep, safety car in this lap. Again, Dinesh Ferreira will lead us away. He's kept the lead from Habibovic. And so for the second time today, we'll have a safety car start. Third start overall. When will Ferreira go? Now is the answer to that question. He's gone away pretty well. Habibovic again has stuck with him. He's going to make sure he can stay in that slipstream. And again, they're pulling away.
Tim and Checker, Jeff, Simmons and Neil.
There is battles going on further back. Simmons has lost out to Ben Neal. And Tim Course has got ahead of Boris Shekajev. That's good for Tim Course's championship bid. As Ferreira and Habibovic again are side by side. They're almost making contact. Nothing going between them. They do make contact. It's not going to be enough to spin either of them off though. Through turn 3 we go. And Habibovic, he's just using that slipstream as much as he can. They come across the line now. Equal as they cross the line. And Shekajev has got past Tim Course again. And Sven de Haas is right there as well. So it's a 3-car battle, 4p4. But Habibovic is still right with Dinesh Ferreira. There's so much going on. We can't cover it all. As they cross the line again, almost equal. And there is another safety car, this time for David Apanga. I'll say that right the third time round. And so we have another safety car.
There was a car upside down. I'm pretty sure it was Ash Hamilton who was upside down.
He's lost a lap on this time round, so yeah, that would make sense. And so, out of all the cars that have not lost a lap yet, Max Simmons is the last of them. The championship leader, who has won at least once on ovals. I think it was him and Jens Lebau who have taken the two oval races.
Won
Motegi
and Max won Iowa in the aftermath. So P8 is definitely not good enough for Max Simmons, considering he's been in 5 races, we've had 5 races, and he's not finished lower than P2 yet. And more often than not, he does win the race. Wonder if that all changes tonight. Do have some serious competition on the grid. Dinesh Ferreira and Habibovic seem to be the fastest 2 so far. Shouldn't have any drivers take penalties on this safety car, so it might be shorter than the last one. %20 of the race is done. Safety car will come in this lap. So Ash Hamilton, the first of the cars with a lap down, as well as Dragoshen, Marika and Apanga, all have joined up. And we'll go away again with Dinesh Ferreira. As he's gone immediately. This time Habibovic has been caught napping slightly. He's got Benjamin Klaus on the back of him more than he is in touch with Ferreira. So if anything, this is going to be a battle for P2 as it stands. Tim Course fighting with Ben Neal as well in the background. Habibovic has got Benjamin Klaus for company. Shekajev is right there as well. As Benjamin Klaus is actually quite laggy. He's actually just about to lose out to Shekajev. And he is netcoding quite a bit. He's going back and forth all the time. Let's watch on board with Shekajev.
as Denise Ferreira and Habibovic are now side by side, as it was before. So they've caught up to the leading man, and they've got a lap car in front of them.
Myra needs to get out of the way.
Oh, this is not going to look good if they come through at the same time with Myra Cat right on the back. Shekajev is getting very interested in this. He's actually going to take the position from Habibovic. Shekajev. And Habibovic stays calm and keeps the position for the time being. Four cars all going for the lead at the moment. Shekajev. Oh, and they touch. The top two have touched, but that's going to mean nothing. Very minor contact. They come round at turn 1. As Dragon gets another stop and go for speeding. It's all popping off. Ben Neal's crashed.
He's off circuit.
He's got away with that one. So we won't have a safety car this time round. Shekajev still interested in the battle for the top 2. But Habibovic for the first time, is he going to take the lead? No, he isn't. Shekajev is still interested in this bid for the lead. Klaus has lost out quite a bit on this lap. And Ferreira is just maintaining. Ben Neal gets a penalty for speeding. As we come round again, Habibovic still not able to get past Ferreira. Shekajev is using that slipstream to his advantage. He's got to try and make a move on Habibovic. Does he pull it off? Nothing yet. They do touch. He's forced wide, Habibovic. And Maracaz there as well. Benjamin Klaus is there. 4 cars and a lap car. Oh, and Maracaz. He's hit Benjamin Klaus. And there's a big crash coming out of turn 1.
This was... I don't want to say the word, but everyone can think of what I'm saying. Why do you need to pull out ahead of the leaders?
Is the word you're looking for... Is it a game?
Huh?
The word you're looking for, is it a game? Did they make a game on it?
No, I don't think so.
It's not flustercuck. The other way around, is it?
No. It's also not a bad word before people imagine what I want to say. I just don't like.
Boring. And in fact, actually, in all of that, Shekajev has now taken P2 from Habibovic. So after this safety car comes in, he'll be the man to challenge Ferreira. Sven de Haas is with these 3 as well, and so is Tim Course. Tim Course, that's very interesting. He's got Simmons right on his gearbox. So after all the collisions between the last 2 safety cars, Simmons has made up places. He's right behind his championship leader, or championship protagonist. In 35 laps, we've had 1 continuous leader. But we've had quite a few interested parties. Ben Neal will come into pit for repairs. I believe Benjamin Klaus will do the same. In fact, Tim Course has lost a few positions, so I believe he's pitting as well. Or is it Benjamin Klaus is pitting, sorry. So I believe Klaus and Neal will take pits for repairs, maybe damage, maybe tyres as well. In fact, Ben Neal is on his way out, so that's a quick stop for him. He's actually done a drive-through. I believe this might be a stop-go for Benjamin Klaus, since no one's operating on the car.
Is he in a pit slot?
Yeah, he is, but he's not.
He might be repairing the damage.
He could be.
From all the incidents we had so far, this is probably by far the most
chaotic.
Insert any Ralf Schumacher word in here you might want.
Klaus has got out ahead of the safety car, so he won't lose a lap. Which is good for him. So if he gets round quickly, Will we get going this lap? I don't think we will. No, we won't. Unless he does it like now. No. We'll have another lap under the safety car before we get going again. I've lost count now. Is that 4 safety cars?
4th caution, yeah.
So 5th race start for, or 5th start, sorry, should I say, for Ferrara in this race. And in fact, Ash Hamilton has come into the pits. So we might get another lap under the safety car as a result of Hamilton pitting.
I feel bad for Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't really his fault. Actually, it wasn't his fault at all. He was quite laggy though, especially before the actual incident, so that could have played a part. But yeah, not his fault.
Yeah, no, you just don't pull. Okay, that's the grass. You don't pull out. You don't pull out of the pits in front of the leader. That's a no-go.
And so safety car will come in this lap. End of lap 38. We'll go on to lap 39. I really wish the formation lap didn't count in the lap count.
Yeah, but that's not the Corsa.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Denise Ferreira.
Better than you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Denise Ferreira is actually already gone. He's kept Shekajev a while away from him, and he's done very well.
He even caught me napping. I was getting a zip of my orange juice.
So Shekajev is actually 5/10 off the back of the race leader. Habibovic is the closest man to him. Still sticking on the back of Shekajev. Now we know Habibovic is really quick. Will Shekajev fight this hard? It does look like it. There's no sort of conceding of position. Tim Course has got past Sven de Haas as well. They are fighting for that position. Battle for P2 and a battle for P4 at the moment. And actually, Max Simmons has lost quite a lot of time. He's lost about a second to P4 or P5, sorry. And so we go around, and Shekajev is still right on the back of. Oh, sorry, right in front of Habibovic, but Habibovic, he's gotten through, he's taken P2 off of Boris Shekajev. So now the man he does want to catch is the car in front of him, but Shekajev is still going to be very interested in how this plays out. Sven de Haas has retaken that position off of Tim Course. Now, will we see Habibovic begin to catch up to Denise Ferreira? Max Simmons is catching Sven de Haas and Tim Course as they fight as well. Sven de Haas is now behind Tim Course. And Shekajev still very much keeping this battle alive. And in fact, Max Simmons has dropped a position. He's back down to P7. He's behind Benjamin Klaus.
Oh.
He's 3 seconds off Sven de Haas. So he's not catching at all. He's losing time quite rapidly. I wonder if there's some sort of damage we're unaware of.
Okay, so that's just me getting spammed with Myrocat stop and go penalties.
No, I am seeing that as well. I think I've counted at least 4 or 5. I don't know why. Make that 6. And in fact, Shekajev and Habibovic are still very much fighting for this position. No friendliness between these two. They just want to make sure that they don't take each other out, because the man they want to beat is directly ahead of them. Simmons now 7 seconds off the race lead. And that gap is just going up quite exponentially, lap after lap. Habibovic and Shekajev, they're neck and neck. It's good to see that people can actually... Ah, there we go. Maricat gets disqualified for penalties not taken.
I mean, you can't take 9 penalties in 2 laps.
Yeah.
So.
Great respect between these drivers at the moment. I'll say that, but now they'll probably kill each other. Watch it. So Maricat has been disqualified twice. Closest battle on track is these two. Sven de Haas and Tim Course aren't far behind though. On to lap 50 we go.
Cloud has a big issue right now because all of these cars are lapped, and except Ash Hamilton, everyone kind of needs to let them by, but they're not doing it.
He's trying to get his way through. Oh, David Apanga, I believe, is one of those drivers. Is there? Yeah, he is. Ash Hamilton, 4-car pack. Benjamin Klaus is just trying to make his way through. Sven de Haas has retaken the position off of Tim Course. And the top... I was about to say, Habibovic and Shekajev are actually not gaining any time at all on Ferreira. The gap is actually going up. It's gone up by about a tenth in the last 8 or 9 laps.
This is the race where Habibovic, Kvos, and Ferreira can all gain points on Simmons.
And yet, 2 of them are doing very well at that. Tim Course is still struggling to get past Sven de Haas though. Ben Neal has dropped back. I think he's actually just... I think he might have hit someone, or he might be going into the pits. Oh, Benjamin Klaus is going slowly. Habibovic.
This might get a big slap on the wrist.
Oh, Habibovic has lost out to Shekajev as well. Benjamin Klaus lets them by. And there is a safety car. So Shekajev retaking that position off of Habibovic. He's back up to P2. Tim Course is now P3. I think this safety car is actually going to be what Simmons needs. I think this is a good time to pit. If it's a 1-stop, if it's a 2-stop, it's even better. Pit now. Fix any damage that he's got, if he does have any. Change those tyres and try and make his way up the field. Actually, just
we went for like 60 laps.
We did. It was quite long. It was very good. I was quite pleased with that. Hopefully, now that the safety cars came in, though, since it bunches everyone up, we should see a more interesting fight for the actual lead, though.
Is the field together?
We have a few drivers straggling. P6, Max Simmons isn't up with the rest of the grid though. So once they do, yeah, there we go. So Tim Course is coming into the pits. Will anyone else? Sven de Haas isn't. Max Simmons isn't. Interestingly.
Because it's not open yet.
So why is Tim Course coming in? Tim Course is coming into the pits. Tim Course is in the pits. What's going on down with the German? We're watching on board. He's just making a pit stop. Will that count since now the pit lane is now open, or because he entered when it was closed?
He entered while closed, so you will receive a penalty for it.
As we do see a lot of drivers coming into pit now. Shekajev, Ferreira, Habibovic, Dragon, Benjamin Klaus. Sven de Haas takes the race lead.
Unless he takes it in the...
Oh! Oh no! Ferreira gets a drive-through for speeding. Oh no, that is not going to be good for the Portuguese. Boris Shekajev gets one as well. So Habibovic will take the effective race lead after these pit stops, and once Sven de Haas eventually comes in, as well as Tim Course.
Can you type this in the chat, because I can't do this over the server right now because I don't have a second monitor. That car number 2 has a drive-through, but he can take it under the safety car, obviously, because everyone was able to take their penalties under it.
Can or can't?
He can.
Can take under safety car. So, interestingly, 2 of the top 3 drivers received drive-throughs. Shekajev comes in to take his. Will Ferreira respond? Yes, he does. Simmons is now up to P4 on the road. He's just biding his time. He's getting ever closer. Habibovic will take the effective race lead once the cars ahead of him do box. But we'll watch on the safety car restart. It will be a battle between Sven de Haas and Tim Course. They do actually... Oh, Tim Course is coming in to take his drive-through.
I want to keep it fair, because otherwise I would have done it over the server after the restart, and it would have just been... wouldn't have been the nicest, would it?
Not necessarily, no. So yeah, Tim Course will come in to take his drive-through. Which means Sven de Haas leads this race. Habibovic is now up to P2, but he's got 1, 2, 3 cars between him and Sven de Haas, all lapped of course. Then Simmons is up to P3, but he has... how many cars is that? Just the 1 between him and Habibovic. And then Shekajev is right on the back of Simmons. Ferreira right on the back of Shekajev. And then Course will come onto the back of Ferreira. And so the grid is now bunched up. We'll have 1 more lap under the safety car.
Wait, Simmons didn't pit it, did he? Or did he?
He might have done. If he did, that would make more sense. Since the cars that are behind him all had drive-throughs.
True.
So, I know for a fact that Sven de Haas did not pit. Habibovic did pit, 100%. I think Simmons came in, but I'm not sure. So we will eventually go green. I'm not sure where to look here, to be honest, because we've got so many cars separated by lapped cars. It's Probably best to look. Oh!
And
Shekajev's in the wall. Very close to losing control of the car, but he doesn't. He's right on the back of Max Simmons. Then Ferreira is on the back of him. And Tim Course is there as well. This is probably the most interesting battle.
The banking here is also not really the nicest, so that might also cause a lot of issues. Now it's green, though.
It is green. Sven de Haas gets us away. He leaves his first lap with Habibovic in P2. Shekajev and Max Simmons are fighting for P3. Shekajev will try and take it off Simmons. And Simmons has actually lost out to Ferreira. He's actually losing a lot of time here. He's lost 3 positions already. He's lost them all.
Ferreira's just like, okay, thank you, I'll take all 3 of them.
And Ferreira is gone all the way through, but Shekajev is fighting with him. As it was before, Shekajev fighting for Ferreira. And Tim Course is still interested in this. He's right on the back of Shekajev. Oh, and there's 2 cars in the wall. Who was that? Habibovic. And Max Simmons. Max Simmons is in the wall as well. Okay. We have another safety car. Simmons in the wall. I think Habibovic was the other one, but that wouldn't really make sense because they were miles apart. But he has lost a lot of positions. So I would expect on the back of this safety car Sven de Haas to come in.
Oh, frick is Max doing? He's braking ahead of me. I think his steering is broken.
Yes, it did look like it was. Simmons, the championship leader. Big collision for him. Broken steering. He's going to be in the pits for a while. Car number 9, Dragon, is stopped on track.
The problem is if Max pits now, he gets a drive-through.
Dragon has taken another 2 penalties for speeding, even though he's on track.
If Max pits, he gets a drive-through. That's the problem.
And he is pitting, so he will get a drive-through. What number car is it? Is it 28?
I think so. Yeah.
Can take under safety car?
Yeah.
So Simmons will pit to repair the damage, as we thought. He'll take a drive-through as well. So, yep, he's 2 laps down already. Make that, at the very least, 3 by the end of his pit stop and drive-through. He comes out now. He'll join up at the back of the field. He should stay just 2 laps behind, as he'll catch up to the back of the field before he takes his drive-through. Pit lane is now open. So Dragon pits to take another one of his penalties. Simmons pits to take his. And so interestingly, Shekajev is now back up to P2. Tim Course is up to P3. But between P1 and P2 there is a load of cars. 1, 2, 3. Sven de Haas will be coming into the pit stop, so Shekajev will take the effective race lead. Good timing for Sven de Haas, and Tim Course is in as well.
I can see Shekajev, by the way. He's a red car.
He is 1, 2, 3. There are 3 cars between you and Shekajev.
Okay. I have the red car though. Red dot now. Alright, I'll move to the outside.
So now Shekajev is on the back of the safety car. Dinesh Ferreira is in effective P2, but he doesn't have any he doesn't have any cars between him and Shekajev, so this will be an effective, well, it's a battle for the lead. Tim Course is in P3 after pitting. Ash Hamilton moves up to P4 after being a lap down. He's now in P4. Habibovic will come out P5. Sven de Haas back down to P6. And then the lap cars is Klaus, Simmons, Apanga, Neil and Dragon. As actually Hamilton comes into the pits, so Sven de Haas will move up a position.
50 laps to go after this one.
50 laps is a lot. So we should have at least 25 more safety cars.
I'm kind of excited for the penalty count after this one.
We're looking sky high. I'm thinking 50. Since Maricat alone got 10. Dragon's probably got around that. So Apanga and Dragon in the pits again. Shekajev will lead us away when we eventually go green. Ash Hamilton does need to catch us up though. So we'll probably have safety car in this lap. So this time, first restart for Shekajev. Dinesh Ferreira, the man who's done more than any in this race, led more laps than any as well, will be in P2, and then he's got a car, 2 cars between him and Tim Course.
Look who the car ahead of Tim Course is.
Max Simmons has the opportunity to do something really funny, but Shekajev has gone really early. That's caught Dinesh Ferreira off guard. That's going to be good for him. We go green again in Texas. Ferreira's quite a way back from Shekajev. Shekajev is just going to try and maintain this lead for as long as possible. 6 tenths is the gap between the top two. 2 cars now with Tim Course. He has Habibovic with him. Sven de Haas and Ash Hamilton fighting for position. Sven de Haas is trying to fend this one off as much as he can. And Habibovic is right with Tim Course though. As we go around turn 1, Tim Course is ahead of Habibovic. They got past the lap cars, Max Simmons being one of them. And Habibovic is going to try and make a move on Tim Course going through turn 2 and turn 3. And he does. Tim Course has lost out to Habibovic through turn 3. Pure pace there for Habibovic. That's a good move for him. Sven de Haas has lost out to Hamilton as well, but Tim Course is fighting this one back. He's not going to give this one up easily. As they all go single file on the main straight before fanning out again through the banked corner. 5 tenths now is the gap between the top 2, but this is even closer between Habibovic, who goes a bit squirrely. Tim Course is still with him. It's not cost Habibovic anything. Ash Hamilton is rapidly approaching this scene as well.
Oh, Ben Neal is interfering.
Oh, Ben Neal is right there with Tim Course. He's trying to stop Tim Course from overtaking. In fact, he's going to even try and overtake Habibovic. Is he trying to unlap himself? He's doing a very good job of it. Tim Course has lost a lot of time as a result of that. Ash Hamilton. Ash Hamilton's on the back of Tim Course. They almost touch. All cleanly going well, but Tim Course is going to lose out to Ash Hamilton. There we go. Ash Hamilton is through and up into P4, but Tim Course is fighting it ever closer as they go through turn 3 and turn 4. Onto lap 79 we go. I'm trying to watch this battle as much as I can. They almost touch. They do touch. Tim Course sniffing the gearbox of Ash Hamilton. They do make small contact. Nothing going to affect that though. 40 laps to go here in Texas. Tim Course has taken back the position from Ash Hamilton. I'm watching that gap as much as I can. Ferreira is now 3/10 off the back of Shekajev, and Klaus is trying to unlap himself all at the same time.
Oh, Ferreira! Wait, no, wait.
They're getting closer. They're getting closer. Shekajev is staying ahead for now, but Ferreira is going to try and move around the outside. Nothing going yet, but Ferreira's got the speed to try and take Shekajev here. And it does. Will it last? Will it last? No, it doesn't. Shekajev with the inside line. But they come towards the finish. And Ferreira is still behind at the moment. This is very close as we go on towards the back straight again. Shekajev just staying with this for now. And Ferreira wants this as much as anyone. But so does Shekajev, that's the problem. They are neck and neck, and Klaus is getting involved as well. Shekajev, he's just keeping that inside line. That's exactly what he needs to do. And they've dropped Klaus a little bit, which is good for Ferreira, since he was the one that had to get past. And the speed for Ferreira is trying to pay off, but Shekajev is just with that inside line. He's keeping speed with Ferreira. Across the line they go again. Lap 84 now. He's getting closer, is Ferreira. But Shekajev is just fighting this back ever more. They almost touch, they don't touch. Safety car though is out. I believe that's for Tim Course, who is out and round. And Ash Hamilton is in the wall as well. He's in the pit wall. He's hit the pit wall. So Sven de Haas will go up to P4. And we take a mini break. 30 laps, 34 laps to go. Ferreira still in P2 from Boris Shekajev.
Can you drive the copy paste the drive through message for Tim Course again?
Tim Course. Of course. Lap 88 effectively, but lap 87 in reality.
That crash looked really weird though, because on my screen they didn't nudge and suddenly they were both sideways.
Could have been network related.
It really looked like netcode, yeah.
It's unfortunate. Who was it? It was Simmons. No, not Simmons. Course and Hamilton, was it?
Yeah.
So we do see a few drivers come in. Ash Hamilton is one of them. Sven de Haas is staying out, so is Habibovic. So is Ferreira. So is Shekajev, as you'd expect from the race leaders. They've already made their one crucial pit stop, so they should be able to go to the end on these tyres. Keyword being should. Interestingly, there is a lap car, Benjamin Klaus, between Habibovic and Ferreira. The top three maintained the top three since the start of the race, but in different orders. Sven de Haas is going to try and make sure that he stops any of these drivers ahead of him from getting on the podium to take his first podium in actuality. As we round the corner for lap 89/90, 30 laps to go.
A little bit of grass again, because I'm just that good driving one-handed.
Safety car will be in this lap. So Ferreira, the man with everything on the line, trying to go for his first victory this season. So is Shekajev though. So is Habibovic. So is Sven de Haas. And so is Ash Hamilton. Every driver who hasn't been lapped yet with something to prove. And Shekajev has gone already. Again, caught Ferreira sort of napping, but not as much as last time. They come towards the line now. 6/10 is the gap. And Habibovic has got between the Benjamin Klaus, who went into the pits. So it is an effective top three fight for the lead. Sven de Haas will join them though when they eventually bunch up. It's a matter of when, not if. Ash Hamilton 3 seconds off the back of Sven de Haas, as he did have lap cars between him and the Dutchman. And so we wait for the inevitable moment that Ferreira gets onto the back of Shekajev. Habibovic is doing it quicker though. We cross the line now. 5.5 tenths is the gap. Ferreira's just trying to use that slipstream as much as he can. No push to pass to remember in oval races. Habibovic is getting to the back of Ferreira ever closer. Tim Course in P6 is closing up as well, but he is a lap down. And Habibovic is now staring at the gearbox, staring at that. I don't really think you could call it a rear wing, but he is staring at it.
You gotta bear in mind, the guy got pole position and doesn't have one lead lap, I think.
It wasn't, yeah, the formation lap.
Yeah, not even the formation lap.
Didn't even lead the formation lap. But he is interested in taking PT from Denise Ferreira, who is going to try and fight this as much as he can. 1/10 between them as they come towards the line. Sven de Haas is closing as well. On to lap 96 we go. And Habibovic is trying to make a move for the position. Will he be able to do it on the outside? This is what Ferreira was trying to do to Shekajev. It wasn't working. Oh, and they touch! Habibovic! He's made contact with Ferreira. He was in the wall, but he got away with it. He's got Sven de Haas to look in his rearview mirrors for now, though. I wonder if he's got any sort of damage as a result. 2/10 now between the Dutch and the Austrian. The Germans are getting very interested in this battle. Uh, 4/10 now is the gap between Ferreira and Shekajev. It's still getting closer. Down to under 3/10 now. Under 4/10, sorry. And Sven de Haas is right on the back. He's hit a personal best trying to chase down Habibovic. 2/10 now is the gap between Ferreira and Shekajev. Is now under 2/10. He's catching at a rapid pace. Will he try and make a move on Shekajev for the race lead? It's as it was before. He's trying to go around the outside. Nothing biting as of yet.
Lap 101.
We move on to lap 100, and still Ferreira cannot take the position. Habibovic and Sven de Haas are still fighting as well. $20 laps to go here in Texas, and we still don't know who our race winner could actually be. Any of the top 4 could win this race. Ferreira, just as he was doing before, trying to keep that outside line, trying to make it work. Shekajev is going to defend that inside line with all of his might, but it's not working for Ferreira. It's not. He's got the speed, but he's not got the right line. He's going to try. He tried on the inside briefly, but it's still the outside that he's going for. He's lost out a little bit on that lap. As Sven de Haas and Habibovic are getting very much closer to this battle, this leading pair. This top 2 is about to come the top 4. And Ferreira is nudging ahead, nudging ever closer to that race lead. But Shekajev is fighting with the will of 1,000 gods to try and keep this race lead. Ferreira goes high. Habibovic and Sven de Haas closing at a rate of knots. 15 laps to go. And the top 4 separated by about 1 second, if that. Oh, I sincerely hope we get no more safety cars this race. This needs to be a battle towards the end. Shekajev and Ferreira getting very much closer. Habibovic has joined in. Sven de Haas has joined in. Here they are. This is a top 4 fight now. In fact, Habibovic is going to try and make a move on Ferreira. They're going down towards turn 3. Will he be able to pull it off? No. Ferreira's the only one to take the higher line. Is that going to work out for him? No, it's not. Habibovic has got through.
There's the grace.
How have they not made contact? Habibovic, he's taken P2 off Ferreira. Or has he? He's still right there, is Ferreira.
Over racing at its finest.
Over racing at its finest. Oh, and David Apanga, he's lost a wheel. Will that be a safety car? I hope not. Hopefully they can get away. Who will win this race? Anyone who does out of these top 4 will be a new race winner here this season. Shekajev.
The saddest thing about
and they touch! Ferreira in the wall!
At least one of them will not end up on the podium. I think that's the worst thing about it.
And Habibovic now is the man fighting for the race lead with Shekajev. They're getting so close. Oh, and they do touch. This is not going according to plan for Shekajev. He's just having to fight them off one by one. 10 laps to go here in Texas. And Ferreira's got Sven de Haas right on the back of him. Shekajev, he's not even got Habibovic on his rear end. He's got him on his right tyres. Nine laps to go now, and Shekajev is still maintaining this lead that he's had since about halfway through the race. Oh, my audio's gone. Why is my audio gone? Massive bang. Why is there a bang? Shekajev is still in the lead of this race.
Habibovic is waiting for that one moment. One moment the apron is open.
It's not working though for him. He's just trying the same tactic Ferreira did, and it's not paying off as it stands.
He needs to stay as low as possible with Shekharjev together.
We complete lap 113.
And we thought we were spoiled after Portland.
This is a great battle for the lead. And Sven de Haas has got past Anish Ferreira. He's catching right on the back of the top two. Ferreira, after leading the majority of this race, is not going to end up on the podium as it stands. Sven de Haas is now right in this battle for the lead. This is now a three-way fight. And Habibovic, he's got the overspeed on the outside. He just needs to maintain.
He needs to draft.
Habibovic is in the lead of the race. He's taken the position from Shekharjev with 5 laps to go. He just needs to keep it.
He doesn't though.
And Shekharjev's taken it back. Immediately, Shekharjev has retaken the lead of this race. I think Ferreira's got damage, that's why he's losing so much time. He's 3 seconds off the back now. The top 3 come round to complete lap 115. 5 laps to go. 4 laps now. Habibovic is a safety car. Safety car on lap 116. Will this race end in the safety car?
Johnson doing? He just came on the server, crashed half the field.
Oh no. Oh, what happened?
He joined the server, spun out of the pit and crashed 3 people. And then left again. What about?
Oh, well, that's not good.
That is not good. I mean, not good is an understatement.
I didn't see what happened, but... Wow. 3 laps to go. We have 1 car yet to join the back of the pack. Make that 2 actually, because Ben Neal is driving, I believe, on 2 or 3 wheels. He's definitely not driving on 4.
That's horrendous. That's just horrible. Is the queue together?
Everyone but car 11 and Ben Neal's getting towards the back, but he has to pit. Safety car is in this lap though. We're gonna have a couple laps to end this race here in Texas. Shekharjev will lead us away for the final time. Habibovic is going to want to try and take this off him though. Ferreira is right on the back of these as well though. Sven de Haas, will he take his first podium? We get away. Green, green, green. We have 2 laps of racing. Shekharjev has got away brilliantly. Habibovic, he needs to catch up now in order to try and challenge for this lead. One lap to go here in Texas. Who will win here? Will it be Habibovic? Will it be Shekharjev? And Habibovic is catching. He's overtaken Shekharjev. He's really slow. Habibovic has taken the lead of the race. Sven de Haas has taken the lead of the race. He's out of fuel. Shekharjev. Ferreira will end up on the podium after all. Sven de Haas will end up on the podium. And after all of that, the man from Pole will finish this race on P1. Badem Habibovic wins in Texas. Sven de Haas comes home second. And Ferreira will finish third. Shekharjev, after leading this race, runs out of fuel on the final lap. Wow.
Get over the line. Come on, come on, come on. You got this.
He finishes P4.
Oh my god.
What a race. Habibovic wins in Texas. Sven de Haas, for his first podium of the season, will finish P2. And Denise Ferreira, after leading this race for the vast majority, P3 for him. It wasn't exactly a pole to victory for Habibovic, but I don't think he'll be complaining. And after all that, Max Simmons, the championship leader, finishes only 3 positions behind Tim Course. He finishes P8. Tim Course will take a bite out of his championship lead though. And so will the other drivers. Let's have a look at the standings. See if anyone will make a big improvement. Oh, Habibovic and Ferreira will make a big jump. But they are 100 points back from Simmons, as it stands. But yeah, exciting race after all. We had a lot of incidents. But yeah, Texas, very well done. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Texas Super Speedway. We hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all next weekend.
In Australia.